This video will show you how to construct an angle bisector using our Desmos geometry tool. So our ultimate goal is going to be to create a ray that cuts right through the middle of our given angle ABC. So to do that, our first step is going to be to create a circle with its center at the vertex, which here is point B, and a radius of any size. So we'll use our construct tab here and click on our circle tool. We'll click point B to set the center, and then we will expand our radius of our circle. Let's go ahead out to around here. Step 2, we'll place 2 points, one at each place where the circle intersects the angles rays, and we'll label them D and E. So I put one already when I placed my circle. If you didn't, you could put a point there, but we'll click our point tool and drop the point right there as well. So we have 2 points. Then we need to label them, so we'll click our select tool. We will click one of our points here, check our label box. There we've got point D. And then we'll click our second point, check our label box. There we've got point E. We'll click cancel to return to the rest of our tools. Next, we have step 3, where we need to create a circle with center D and a radius that's more than half of the distance between points D and E. So we'll use our circle tool, click point D to set our center, and drag that across so it's more than half of the distance between D and E. Let's go ahead and put it right there. For step 4, we will use the segment tool to draw the radius of the circle. So we'll click on our segment tool and let's click D and any point on the outside of the circle. I'll go ahead and put it here, but you could put yours anywhere. Step 5, we'll use the compass tool to duplicate this circle that we just made, but this time we'll center it at point E. So remember, our compass is in our More Tools option. There's our compass. Then we need to choose a segment for the radius first, and that's going to be the same radius as our circle that we just made, so we'll click that segment right there. And then we'll choose a point for our center, which we want at point E. So let's click that right there. We can click back to go back to the rest of our tools. For step 6, we'll place a point where the circles from steps 3 and 5, those 2 most recent ones, intersect in the interior of angle ABC. Depending on how large you made your circles, you might have 1 or 2 points where those circles intersect. You can see that I have 2 points, one right there and one right there. Either one of those is fine. So let's click our point tool, and I'll go ahead and click that intersection right there. But again, you could use this one as well. Next, we need to create a ray from the vertex to the point that we just made. So let's use our ray tool, and we will first click point B, our vertex, to create the end point of the ray. And then we will drag that right across to that point that we just plotted in the previous step. Click on that. And that ray that we just created is the angle bisector of our original angle ABC.